What is going on, everyone? My name is Scorpion, coach of the L.E.A.F agents, and I hereby welcome you to the playoffs of the Battle Hub Draft League. It is an absolute pleasure to be here, and I'm honestly a little bit surprised we've made it this far, but I am of course very happy about this opportunity regardless. Today is going to be the quarterfinals, and the logo you see on screen might be a little bit familiar, and there's a very good reason for that, because for our first match of playoffs we are having a rematch with the one and only Birdu, the lovely organizer of the BHDL, very good friend of mine and head coach of the Atacama Tyranitars. Now, we actually faced Birdu already during the regular season. It was in week 4, I believe, and that was a match in which we got absolutely destroyed. It was a 5-0, and that was unfortunately an unfortunate result after a couple of very subpar plays from my side. But today, we are out for revenge. We are both in the playoffs, which is very hype. And I, of course, tried my best to come up with a team that will allow us to get our sweet revenge. If you guys are interested in the matchup overview and team building for this week, that section will follow right after this one. But if you're just here for the Wi-Fi battle, there is a timestamp for it, as usual, in the description down below. Please let me know if you like the Draft League content as well by leaving a like and subscribe if you're new. And with that being said, let's get right into today's matchup. So here it is, the matchup once again of the quarterfinals with the L.E.A.F agents on the left and the Atacama Tyranitars on the right. Now, this matchup is actually a little bit different from last time in week 4, because back in week 4 we actually still had Magnezone on the team, whereas now we actually have our lovely Barraskewda. So that's going to be interesting to see if that plays a big role in the outcome of this matchup. Now, as for my thoughts on this one, I actually definitely think Birdu has the advantage in this one. I actually consider his team to be like the second best team in the whole league, I believe. It is a very well drafted team in general, with a good balance core like of offense and defense, and a lot of his Pokemon definitely have good matchups into mine. The biggest threat in my opinion by far is the Urshifu Rapid Strike, which can easily run over our entire team if not answered quickly, which is kind of what it did in week 4, funnily enough. And the Terra Captains in particular can also cause us some problems. Regardless, I went cooking for this matchup, and what you'll see on screen right now is the end result. Boom, there it is. So as you can see, here is the team that we are bringing into the quarterfinals of the BHDL. Now, the first thing that you might notice about this team, and I guarantee you that Birdu is going to say the same thing in his recording when he gets to the team preview, that's right, no Great Tusk. We are not bringing Great Tusk to this matchup, and there's actually a very good reason for that. I'll try and explain why that is, because Great Tusk has kind of been our MVP throughout the season. So it may come off a little bit weird to not see it, but let me explain. So when I look at this matchup, right, the one you saw on screen just now, if there's any team in the BHDL, in my opinion, that Great Tusk does not have a good time against, or like a team that I shouldn't bring Great Tusk against, it's this one, because there's so many Pokemon on Birdu's team that hard wall or just straight up counter Great Tusk. It's actually kind of unreal. The Urshifu Rapid Strike outspeeds me and kills me. The Thundurus outspeeds me and kills me with Grass Knot. The Noivern outspeeds me and kills me. The Hippowdon and the Chestnut, and even the Misdreavus, if it's physically defensive with a Violite, walls the hell out of me, because obviously it's immune to both stabs. Weavile destroys me, and the only 3 Pokemon that Great Tusk could potentially do some work against are the Heatran, the Slowking, and the Klefki. The former two obviously target Great Tusk on its weaker special defense and can honestly lure it with a Shuka Berry if they want to. And the latter of which obviously has Prankster, which means it can always get a move off before Great Tusk can move. And if it has Magnet Rise, then it completely is immune to anything Great Tusk wants to do to it as well. So that's why we are leaving Great Tusk at home for this week. And I tried to bring a couple of other Pokemon that could compensate for its weaknesses and kind of target those better. So with that being said, let me actually get into the Pokemon that we are bringing to this week's matchup. So starting off, we have Malfunction, the Rotom Wash. Now, I actually remember Birdu's initial reaction to not seeing Rotom Wash in the team preview of week 4, and I honestly agree with him. Like, I don't know why I didn't bring Rotom, but to be honest, this is actually the best answer that my team has to Urshifu Rapid Strike. So, to no one's surprise, we are running a fully physically defense to try and take Urshifu's hits as best as possible. Obviously with the bold nature there, and we are actually running Rocky Helmet just in case Urshifu decides to go for a Surging Strikes. If it's not Punching Glove, we are going to be able to do big damage to it with the Rocky Helmet, and even if it is, we're at least going to be able to scout for it, which is quite nice. Not to mention that a Punching Glove, believe it or not, actually doesn't protect you if you use the moves Close Combat or U-Turn. So even if Urshifu predicts us coming in and it tries to go for one of those 2 moves, we can actually get chip damage off on it with the Rocky Helmet. So a max attack Urshifu actually still has a decent shot. I believe it's an exactly 50% chance to hit KO me if it reads me on the switch with close combat. However, even if it does that, it's going to be able to get, or we're going to be able to get 2 rounds of Rocky Helmet damage off on it, which is going to be huge. That's basically all we need to revenge kill it with all of our other team members, which is really, really nice. So Rotom is basically our check to that. We are obviously running Volt Switch and Hydro Pump as the usual 2 stab moves. I am also running Will-O-Wisp to cripple the other physical walls of the team even further, to basically guarantee that they can never ever break through us. And obviously getting a burn off on the Urshifu is going to be absolutely huge. And last but not least, we are running Discharge because there's a couple of electric weak Pokemon on Beardoo's team, and I really felt like it was useful to have a electric move to click that doesn't force us out, as well as be able to fish for paras on the faster potential threats. So that's why we are bringing Rotom for this matchup. I think it's actually very good into this one. Next up, we are bringing Mind Games the King Gambit, this time rocking the Assault Vest. Now, the reason why we're running Assault Vest on King Gambit this time, instead of the Great Task, is because King Gambit actually has quite a decent matchup against a lot of the special attackers on Beardoo's team, mainly the Galarian Slowking, the Thunderous if it lacks Focus Blast. I believe last time it was Choice, so that's actually going to be very useful, but mainly the Noivern and the Misdreavus. King Gambit is going to be able to absolutely sit on those, and it's going to be able to fire off some powerful moves. We are running Kowtow Cleave and Sucker Punch because the Dark type is actually very, very solid into Beardoo's team, like as an offensive type. And we are running Brick Break to be able to break Klefki's screens. Obviously, courtesy of being a Dark type, we are also completely unaffected by anything this wants to do, which means that it's pretty much also a hard counter to Klefki. It's going to be able to pretty much negate anything it wants to do except for setting up entry hazards, which I honestly don't expect Beardoo to bring, because you know, we do have Great Task. He's going to be a little bit shocked to not see it in team preview, but I honestly am banking on him not breaking spikes on that. And if he does, well, we still have quite a few Pokemon that are immune to it, which is going to be good enough. And last but not least, we are running Aerial Ace just in case the Chestnut wants to switch into us, because with our Max Attack Adamant and Aerial Ace, we are actually able to 2-hit KO even a fully Phys-Dev Chestnut. And with the 124 speed EVs, we actually speed creep a slightly speed invested physically defensive Chestnut. So we're going to be able to hit it with an Aerial Ace on the switch, and then we're going to be able to pick it off with another one afterwards, or at least do some big damage to it, which is going to be useful for the next 2 members of the team, which we'll get into right now. The first one of which is going to be Barraskewda. Now, I am actually very, very happy that I picked up Barraskewda. I've mentioned it many times, because its speed tier, even into this battle, is absolutely amazing. It outspeeds everything on Beardoo's team, bar obviously Choice Scarf users. But this moveset is going to be very useful. We are bringing back Choice Band once again, which allows us to tear open the team with Choice Banded Liquidation, which is probably going to be very spammable into his team. We're running Aqua Jet for some priority, which is going to be nice against the setup sweepers. Well, the combination of Psychic Fangs and Ice Fang allow us to hit the checks of Barraskewda really well. Ice Fang is mainly, honestly, there just to be able to hit the Hippowdon and the Noivern into one move, although I don't expect we're going to be clicking it that much. While Psychic Fangs allow us to mainly 2-hit KO the Urshifu Rapid Strike and the Chestnut on the switch, which is going to be very useful. Obviously, it has the little added bonus of being able to break Klefki's screens. We are actually not usually able to run Adamant Nature this week, but I decided to take a bit of a risk because Weavile, which is the fastest Pokemon on Beardoo's team, actually doesn't obviously have a hope in hell of ever outspeeding Barraskewda. So what we're going to do instead is we're actually going to be speed creeping Weavile, we're going to be speed creeping a Weavile trying to speed creep a Frostlass, which is why we're running 188 speed with Adamant Nature. Because the Adamant Nature is actually very crucial for us to get the 2-hit KOs that I just mentioned, so I really wanted to put that on there. While the 64 defense EVs actually allow us to take a non-choice, or actually allow us to take a choice-banded Searching Strikes from Urshifu Rapid Strike. So if we do need to, we can switch on it once in a pinch. Next up, we are obviously bringing our mascot, Iron Leaves, the trusty Boost Energy set, this time boosting us in attack, and you might actually recognize the set because this set is honestly very similar to the one that we brought in week 4. Now, this was actually very, very strong into Beardoo's team. However, unfortunately, you know, yada yada, we switched it into a Noivern Hurricane. Listen, I thought you would go for Roost, okay? Beardoo will never not shut up about it. But yeah, we are bringing back the Booster G Attack plus Trailblade sweeping set. The combination of Psyblade and Stab Electric Wild Charge hits the entire team for super effective damage. I actually noticed there was a bit of an electric weakness into Beardoo's team in the first place, so that's why I really wanted to bring this back. while Terra Electric also has the really big added benefit of not being crippled by the potential Prankster Thunder Waves coming from Klefki and Thunderous, which is going to be very useful. Because those other two moves basically hit the entire for neutral damage, I decided to slap on Swords Dance in there as well to be able to really break open the holes. I think Iron Leash is going to be more of a breaker than a sweeper in this battle, because it's actually a very important other sweeper that we'll get to in a minute. While the 204 speed EVs allow us to outspeed Urshifu Rapid Strike normally, and after a Trailblaze if it is Scarfed. So these are going to be our main way of breaking open the team. So for the fifth member of the team, we are bringing back Drifblim. Now, we have only brought Drifblim to one battle so far in week 5, I believe. It's been a bit of a, it's definitely been the underdog of my team so far. But I saw a lot of potential in Drifblim in this week's matchup, and I actually really like the set that I'm bringing. This is probably going to be my endgame sweeper, actually, ironically enough. So let me explain the set behind it. We are running Unburdened Drifblim with the Citrus Berry and a fully specially defensive setup. Because of Drifblim's absolutely phenomenal HP stat, we are able to sit on the special attackers of the opposing team really well. We are able to sit pretty much on the Heatran, on the Slowking, on the Thunderous if we Terra Grass, on the Noivern if we don't Terra just yet, but even after that a Hurricane honestly doesn't do that much to us. While the Terra Grass allows us to do really well against the Hippowdon, the Chestnut and the Urshifu Rapid Strike. This mon can honestly set up Calm Minds on a lot of different things, and the key here is that Citrus Berry with the Unburdened ability. Because of Drifblim's actually pretty surprisingly good speed stat, we are able to outspeed the entire team even with no speed investment after we proc the Unburden. And the Citrus Berry is basically there to get it activated, to get a sweep going. With the combination of Air Slash and Shadow Ball, we hit the entire team for very good damage, while Calm Mind allows us to set up on the many special attackers that Beardo has on his team, and Strength Zap allows us to basically outspeed all of the physical attackers and set up on them as well. With the 36 defense EVs, we are able to take an Adamant, Punching Glove boosted Surging Strikes even before Terra and get our Citrus Berry activated, while obviously the remaining special defense and HP EVs allow us to be as bulky as possible on the special side while boosting that further with Calm Mind. We are obviously running Terra Grass mainly to resist the Surging Strikes from Urshifu, because we can take one, but really don't want to take more than that, obviously. And again, you know, the other special attackers and physical attackers that I just mentioned, Grass is actually a very good defensive type to set up on Beardo's team. So this is actually going to be our winning condition for this battle, and I'm so excited to see how Drifblim does in this battle. I think this set is going to be very unexpected, but a lot of fun to use. Let's see how it does. And last but not least, we are bringing back Specs Frostlass from week 3. That was a long time ago. But I actually thought Frostlass does really well, because if you look at Beardo's team, with the exception of the Weavile, which is very frail, there's actually no switch-ins, or no good switch-ins, to the combination of Ice Beam and Shadow Ball. With the combination of a Modest Nature and 156 speed EVs, we are able to outspeed pretty much the whole team, except for the Thunderous, Noivern and Weavile, obviously. While 92 HP EVs allow us to take one Stone Edge from an uninvested Hippowdon, and we're going to be able to do a lot of damage with a modest Specs, Ice Beam and Shadow Ball. I'm running Thunderbolt with it as well, just to be able to do a lot of damage to a potential Terra Water on a Noivern or the Hippowdon, as well as be able to OHKO or have a very good shot at one-hit KOing the Urshifu Rapid Strike. Last but not least, if the Slowking Galar or another special wall decides to be a big pain in my asshole, we are running Switcheroo to be able to put the choice specs on that wall and cripple it tremendously. Especially the Hippowdon, if it is specially defensive, is actually going to be able to match up pretty well against Frostlass, but tricking that at choice specs is obviously not something it's going to appreciate. However, if it is Terra Bug with Terra Blast, then we're going to get destroyed. you know what I mean. Alright, so that is going to be the team that we are bringing into the quarterfinals of the playoffs. Very excited to see how it does, especially about Drifblim's set. Let's just hope and see it works out. Thank you guys so much for watching this little section. I know it was a bit of a long one, but expect more long ones like these for the quarter, or you know, for the final matches of playoffs. This could be our final one, obviously, but regardless if it is or not, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and supporting me through this BHDL season. And I'll shut up now and let's get into the battle. See you guys there. Alright, and welcome everybody to the quarterfinals of the Battle Hub Draft League. I believe we are almost about to surge. And my guy, this is it. This is do or nothing, or all or nothing, I mean. Whoever gets the win in this one advances to the semi-finals. Whoever loses gets eliminated. We're about to head into it. I think what's actually kind of cool about this is because of our 3-week losing streak we had in the regular season, I've actually kind of had to deal with this feeling of all or nothing for quite a while, whereas my opponent Beardo has actually been having quite a chill season. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly double check if I'm recording. We are, sweet. I'm going to tell Beardo that I am searching. And we're gonna get right into it. He is also streaming this and recording it from his side. If you guys want to see his perspective, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. So please go and check him out. He's a very chill dude and a very good battler. Definitely better at Draft League at Draft League than me, I would say. Alright, so we're gonna start searching. We're gonna do Terra Raid battle as the music is, why not? And he should be here any second. There he is, Beardo, also known as Beardo from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server, yada yada. Alright, gonna quickly write out in his team. Let's see, what does he have? He is bringing the Klefki, the Thunderous, the Chestnut, the Noivern, the Powdon, and of course the Urshifu Raptor. So no Misdreavus, as I originally for some reason had a gut feeling of that it would be. No Heatran either, but this is still a pretty scary looking team. He does have the Klefki, which he didn't bring last time. Interestingly enough, it's actually mostly the same team as last time, except he has Klefki and Chestnut instead of Weavile and the other guy. I forgot what it was. Anyway, we're gonna get into this. Obviously our game plan is to try and win with Drifblim. And I think my original game plan was to actually lead off with Frostlash to try to bait a Sash lead and just get some good damage off, because I can actually see no Weavile means no Ghost types, which is huge. So Frostlash is going to go huge here. I can imagine he's probably saying right now, obviously no Great Tusk, which is a shocker. Both Terra Captains are of course still here. We also have 2 Terra Captains. But yeah, we're going to have to see how this goes. I'm going to get my Calc up as well. And let's get into this, man. Oof. I'm nervous, but at the same time, they also probably will be too, so let's get a Beardo, let's have a good battle. Good luck, have fun, my friend. Let's see how it goes. I'm hoping we're going to be in the normal gym that we were last time, let's see. No, we're at the Elite 4, okay, cool. And he's going to lead off with Lady Lock, the Klefki, as I kind of expected. As we lead off with Frostless. Now the thing here is, if this thing is physically defensive, we do 2 KO it. This is kind of not really what I wanted to see. I'm kind of fearing the stored power set, but at the same time, if he does lead with this, like if he leads with it, I'm not kind of expecting him to do that. So I think here, our play is going to be pretty simple. We're just going to Shadow Ball. Get a nice powerful spec Shadow Ball off. He's going to Thunder Wave, that's absolutely fine. That's going to get some damage off on us. Obviously he is Prankster. So that leads me to leave no store power, which is huge. Do we get paralyzed? We do get paralyzed first turn. That is very, very unfortunate. So he's going to be able to get some stuff done here. We're going to go for another Shadow Ball, because I feel like there's very little reason not to. We do now unfortunately lose our ability to outspeed the Urshifu Rapid Strike, which is huge. And we don't get any damage off on this thing either. So, typical Scorpion fashion, we get unlucky turn 1. That's alright, we're going to have to try and make up for it. Seems to be a bit of a thing with Frost that's getting paralyzed on, well, not turn 1 necessarily, but Frost has been getting paralyzed a lot in this league. I'm really hoping we're going to get some good damage. If he switches here, that'd be even more ideal, because, again, no Ghost Resist, and this is like the last thing I would want damage on. Because if it's a passive Klefki, then it's going to be okay. So he does go for Foul Play. We have no attack investment, so it's not even a free KO. That's beautiful. We don't get paralyzed this time, which is beautiful. Let's see how much we do. That's good damage. Alright, so that's definitely mixed defenses. Let's see, Klefki. That's not fully Fizz Death, I think. Actually, it might be. It might just be the roll. I think that's definitely some special defense investment, though, and definitely max HP. We're just going to go for another Shadow Ball here. Pretty simple play. Once again, you know, for the 3rd time, no Ghost Resists. So we should be able to get a thing up nicely. He might go for screens, but we do have the Psychic Fangs and the Break to be able to break those. So I think worst case scenario here would be if he gets up another layer of spikes, which is definitely a possibility here. If he switches, that'd be even more ideal, because we get Spec Shadow Ball on us or something. He's probably realized that I'm Specs by now, because, like, you know, we're max versus like modest. That's definitely not normal damage for a Frostlass, of course. Let's see what he wants to do here. I've actually been really liking the Terror Raid battle music for like normal battles recently. Let's see. He does just go for another foul play. Do we live? We certainly live. Don't get parried, Frostlass. You got this? Nice. So Frostlass is going to get one. Hopefully, right? Yeah, okay. So Frostlass KOs Klefki. That's big. That's one annoying threat out of the way. He's going to be able to go into pretty much anything that he wants and try and revenge kill us. He's probably going to go into the Urshifu, if I had to guess, to try and maybe get up a Trailblaze. Or even the Swords Dance. I don't know if I want to let that happen. I mean, I could. Because we always still have Rotom at full HP, which is huge. He could also go into the Hippowdon, obviously, to try and get up some rocks. Or something else. Or he could go into a Thundurus and maybe try and get up a Greedy Nasty Ball. But whatever comes in, except for the Hippowdon, we're probably going to get outsped by. And he does go into the Urshifu Rapid Strike. Okay, so now, here's the thing. Spec Shadow Ball against Urshifu Rapid Strike does like 70% minimum. If he's like no invested. He'll probably be like slightly invested. If he gets a Trailblaze off here, that's fine. I really just don't want him to get a free SD. That's the main problem here. If he goes for U-turn, that's also fine. Let's see. So I'm kind of tempted to go into Rotom, but at the same time, Frostlass is expendable here, right? Like, it's not really gonna do a whole lot. I think we stay in and we just go for another Shadow Ball, honestly. Because if he does SD and we don't get parried, then we get some big damage off. This might also reveal what item he is. Let's just go for Shadow Ball. Let's just see what he does. He does U-turn. Okay, so that might be choiced. Might also not be. U-turn is a very good move to have to hit Iron Leash with regardless. So he's going to go back. So Rapid Strike obviously gets one. He's going to be able to KO the Frostlass. So we're 1-1 at the moment. Still very even. And I'm very happy that Klefki is gone already. That's very big for Iron Leash, actually. And for Drifblim as well, to an extent. I wonder what kind of Klefki set he was. Was he screens? Or what was he even trying to do here? Maybe it was just a full-on like Iron Leash count or something. I actually have no idea. We'll see after the battle. Let's see what he goes into. I'm expecting the Hippowdon to come in, probably. Let's see. If he goes Hippowdon, AMFM, that's the Noivern. Okay, so Noivern obviously is the fastest Pokemon on his team. And we only have Barraskewda to outspeed this thing. Now, I kind of want to go Drifblim, but I feel like that's a little bit too early. I mean, we could. But then, we could definitely go Drifblim, actually. Or should we go King Gambit? No, we'll go King Gambit, actually, because we have the Assault Vest, I think. So might get a Terra out of him as well. How much do I do to Hippowdon? That's the thing. If I go into Hippowdon, see, one ally fainted. I don't do a whole lot here, unfortunately. I do like 23%. And he's probably going to U-turn out into that, right? Could also go Barraskewda, but this is one of his Terra Captains. I will go King Gambit here. Just to sort of see what he's going to do. If he's like Specs Flamethrower or something, we will definitely be able to live that. He's probably going to U-turn into the Hippowdon or the Chestnut here. I'm low-key hoping it's going to be the Chestnut, because he did saw the Grass Knot from last time. Let's see, King Gambit is honestly pretty expendable here, because Thundurus could have Focus Blast. I'm not very happy with King Gambit in this matchup, I think, honestly. I'm going to go for an Aerial Ace, I think. How much does that do to Hippowdon? That does absolutely nothing, actually. So the play is definitely Caltech for Aerial Ace, right? That much is obvious. Because he's definitely going to U-turn. I think I want to just see. If Hippowdon comes in, we'll just get some damage off it. We'll go for Aerial Ace. See what he does. He might also protect the Scout. He does U-turn as expected. I'm really hoping he goes Chestnut here, because that's kind of like his best answer to this. But he could also go Hippowdon, obviously, because that's a more safe because he does know that, like, Beardo knows all my things, right? We have run Aerial Ace before to deal with the Breloom in week 7, I believe it was. So he could definitely scout for that and go Hippowdon. So that's definitely overall safer than Chestnut, probably, if he thinks we have Aerial Ace, of course. But at the same time, because we don't have Great Tusk, he might be a little bit more willing to switch the Chestnut in. We'll see. He does go into the Chestnut, because the root should be the thing, right? Yep, alright, cool. So we're gonna get some big aerial ace damage off on this thing. Beautiful. Oh, and that's an easy 2-hit KO. Jeez. It is Rocky Helmet as well. Is that specially defensive? Because that should do a lot less. Hang on. Yeah, that's definitely not Fizz Def. If it's Fizz Def, we do okay. So I now kind of gotta wonder if that's speedy. Do we have a switch in? Drifblim is an okay switch in. I honestly wouldn't even be upset if King Gambit goes down here, honestly. We could also Sucker. But I don't know if that's a safe play. Does Kowtow Cleave kill from here? It does, right? Yeah, it does. Does Sucker kill? Sucker also kills. I don't think he's going to go for an attacking move. With my speed investment, I think I'm going to try to get an outspeed off. And if we don't, we're going to be okay. So let's go for Kowtow Cleave here. Oh, we do outspeed, perfect. Speed investment coming through, nice. So King Gambit gets one. We get Chestnut taken out. It is Rocky Helmet, which is interesting. That's huge. Good job, King Gambit. Wow. Aerial Ace coming through. So King Gambit kills Chestnut. Beautiful. He's definitely going to go into the Urshifu here, I would imagine. Or maybe the Hippowdon to get up some rocks. Yeah, okay, so he does go into Urshifu. Now, we can't touch Urshifu. This is a pretty obvious situation. I'm going to quickly see what the damage calc is saying with this. Rotom Wash against King Gambit. Oh, that's not King Gambit, sorry. Urshifu. Let's see, so a U-turn. U-turn should do about 17% to 21 if he's not Bandit. So we're actually going to go scout for an item right now. Again, I really don't want him to SD because he really could do that. If he does SD, he doesn't have a very high chance of OHKOing us, sorry. So we're going to go hard Rotom here into Malfunction. I'm probably going to go for a U-turn actually. But we really have to deny him that setup. So we're going to go into our Rotom here. Let's do that. And he goes for Surgic Strike. Beautiful. So is he Punching Glove? Let's see. Is he Punching Glove? He is not. So we get some beautiful chip damage off on this thing. That's awesome. With the Rocky Helmet. That's huge. Wait, is he Bandit? Hold on. That's doing a lot. That's nearly a 2-hit KO. Jeez. Yeah, that's not all the... Is that Bandit? That's gotta be Bandit, right? I'm pretty sure that's Bandit. Let's see. Choice Band. Yeah, that's Bandit. That's hella Bandit. Could even be Adamant actually. It might not be, but that definitely could be Adamant. So here, I think we should Hydro. He's probably gonna go either. He's probably gonna go Thunderous, right? So we know he's Bandit. So we know he's not gonna go for a U-turn, right? That's beautiful. So he's probably going to go into either the Thunderous or the Hippowdon. So should we go Barraskewda predicting that? Barraskewda doesn't kill, unfortunately, from full, though. That's the thing. We could also double into Iron Leaves. That's another thing we could do, because I really don't want to Volt Switch into the Hippowdon. That's a problem. Although at the same time, that's still going to get some good damage off, honestly. And we can go Thunder... Yeah, okay, we're going to Hydro Pump. We're going to Hydro Pump here. I should even kill him if he decides to go for another... yeah, okay, so he obviously withdraws. Let's see what he does. Man, no Punching Gloves. Oh, he goes into Noivern. That's interesting. That's not who I was expecting to come in. So obviously he's going to find a Rocky Helmet, which he already knew about. It is Frisk, not Infiltrator. We do miss the Hydro Pump, which is unfortunate. Luck is definitely not on our side. We want to keep Rotom healthy at all points, and King Gambit is expendable here, especially now that the thing is gone. So we're going to go King Gambit here. We have the Assault Vest, so this thing is not going to be able to hurt us much at all. And even if he goes for Flamethrower, we should be good. Let's see, King Gambit into Noivern. Specs Flamethrower actually doesn't even kill us from here, unless he's Modest, which is kind of funny. Because of the Assault Vest. If he U-turns, again, that's fine. We just go hard into... we just hard go back into Rotom. Iron Leaves is looking really good, though. Iron Leaves is looking really good. I really hope we're going to get the Terra out of him soon, because I think that's the only way he's going to stop the Iron Leaves and the Drifblim. I really hope to get that out of him soon. Let's see what he does. So we're going to go King Gambit again. Mind Games. Beautiful. Let's see. He does Draco Meter. Okay, beautiful. So that does absolutely nothing, of course. Let's see. So here, I don't think you're choice specs after that actually. Let's see. Draco Meteor. No, that's not specs, I believe. Because that didn't do very much. We could Aerial Ace here, but that doesn't do very much the Urshifu. Actually, that does quite a lot still. He's probably going to go Hippowdon here though, right? So do we just Kowtow Cleave? I think we just Kowtow Cleave. Just to get damage on the Hippowdon. Obviously he's going to withdraw. Could have expected double here as well, but honestly, again, I really want to just lose King Gambit, I think, at this point. Not the root, so that's the Hippowdon. With Sand Force that I'm expecting. Yep. Kowtow Cleave. Still does some good damage. Wow. Let's see. Obviously we have the Hippowdon in here. Kowtow Cleave. That's not fully Fizz-Dev either. Because we only have one ally fainted, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to keep on mashing Kowtow Cleave, honestly, see where the day takes us. If he sets up Stealth Rocks, I don't mind that at this point. We're just going to go for another Kowtow Cleave, see if he maybe overpredicts me. He goes for Stealth Rock, okay, beautiful. That's absolutely fine. It's going to be hurtful to Drifblim a little bit more, but it's okay. Do we just click Kowtow Cleave again? No reason not to. Could have maybe Aerial Ace expecting the Urshifu to come in, but honestly, Urshifu is like on its last legs right now, right? Like, it's definitely not gonna appreciate taking a Kowtow Cleave into a Sucker Punch and then having to take like Rotom's Rocky Helmet damage as well. And the fact that it's Bandit means it can't SD, which is beautiful. I really don't think Bandit was the play into B this week, honestly. I'm gonna be honest with you there. I don't think Bandit was the play. We are still recording, which is beautiful. And we're doing very, very well here, I think. But let's not let our guard down just yet. What is nice about Biradu's team is he doesn't have like too many overwhelming win conditions. Like the Urshifu is the only thing I'm like really scared about. And now that we know that it's Bandit, it's honestly not that scary anymore. Because like Barraskewda can outspeed it and kill it. Iron Leash can outspeed and kill it. Honestly, at this point, the only thing that can win for him, I think, is a Noivern with a proper Terra. He is going to Terra here with the Hippowdon. Okay, that's beautiful. So is he Dark? He could be Terra Dark, honestly, for the Iron Leaves. Fairy, okay. That's more sort of what I was expecting. He is going to be able to live the Kowtow Cleave. And we don't have Iron Head, unfortunately, which sucks. Let's see, do we kill? We don't kill, unfortunate. Slack off? Yep. Okay, so he's going to spend his Terra here. That's unfortunate. Let's see. That's definitely, I think, that was definitely the play, right? Do we just Kowtow Cleave again, trying to keep him nice and low? I think we do. I don't think there's anything else this thing really can do to us to really threaten us. He could go for another slack off, definitely. But I really just want to lose King Gambit at this point, I think. Do we do more? Hang on. Terra Fairy. What does more? Aerial Ace or Kowtow Cleave? Kowtow Cleave does like slightly more, so let's just go for that. He's probably just going to go for another slack off. Again, I just want to keep him as low as I physically can. I'm okay with losing King Gambit here. I'm just going to keep spamming Kowtow Cleave until I die. That's absolutely fine by me. Because, oh, he withdraws. Interesting play. Maybe he expects another switch. And he's going to the... Oh, that's not the play, buddy. That thing is going to eat a big Kowtow Cleave. He was probably expecting a swap there. He was definitely expecting a swap there of some kind. Alright, so this is beautiful. We actually want the Thundurus in here. That's the thing. We want the Thundurus in here. Because that allows us some other plays. So I think I'm going to just Kowtow Cleave again. And hope that he kills me. He might not even kill me because we're AV. He might have also been scouting for the Iron Head. That's definitely a possibility. He goes for Rig Break. Alright, that's fine. So King Gambit goes down. That's fine. Let's see. King Gambit gets taken down by Thundurus. So I kind of want to go into the Iron Leaves now, actually. How much do we do to Hippowdon? At +2. Iron Leaves, +2. Sideblade should kill. Sideblade should definitely kill, because he's not Fizz-Dev, right? Could also go Barraskewda. I think this is where we set up Iron Leaves, though. I'm pretty sure this is where we set up Iron Leaves. Yeah, we'll go for it. We're gonna go Iron Leaves. And I think because the Hippowdon has Terra'd, obviously we're gonna get a Quark Drive here. I think because the Hippowdon has Terra'd, and the Iron Leaves could honestly just win here. I think. Should we SD or should we Trailblaze? That's the question right now. Hold on. So Trailblaze is not going to kill, obviously, but we'll be able to kill after. I don't think we need to Terra the thing. I do think I want to Terra, though, for the U-turn, potentially. So we're obviously gonna Terra. So should we Trailblaze or SD? I think I want to SD because if the Noivern comes in, he can't really touch us. And we outspeed the rest. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna Terra and we're gonna SD. So we just stay in. We're gonna Terra Iron Leaves into an electric type, see if he goes for a Thunder Wave. This is kind of exactly why I wanted a Terra Electric, because I wanted to set up on this. Let's see what he does. Rest! Oh, okay, so is he Resto Chesto? That's my question. Probably is, right? Or is he gonna be a Restock set in general? I think he's gonna be a Resto Chesto, right? He is Resto Chesto, okay, perfect. That's fine. We're gonna go for an SD here. Thunderous doesn't get Encore, does it? I hope it doesn't. It does not. Perfect. Right, so we're going to do that. We're going to get the SD up, and now we're going to go for a Trailblaze to make sure we're faster than everything. I don't think this thing can really do much to us at all when we're Terra Electric. He can Sludge Bomb and get the poison. That would be like worst case scenario, I reckon. Iron Leaves honestly could just win from this point though, funnily enough, because the Klefki's gone. But let's not bolster a victory too early. Drifloon is also looking alright, because I don't think we're going to need the Terra necessarily anymore. Again, that Terra Electric being immune to Thunder Wave is huge at this point. See, he does it. Break is his best move to hit me with. That's fair. We're gonna go for a Trailblaze here. Big Trailblaze does some good damage, and we obviously get the speed boost from that, which is beautiful. We're gonna go for a Psyblade now because that should be able to take out a Thunderous. Yep. And now we have an Iron Leaves at +1 speed and +2 attack with a Quark Drive boost as well. So this is beautiful. So Iron Leaves could just win from this point, honestly. Let's see, I should probably write this down actually. Iron Leaves KOs Thunderous. There we go. And I think Beardo might be swaying his pants a little bit at this moment, because I think Iron Leaves could win from this point. We already know the Urshifu is Bandit, not Scarf. I mean, even if it is Scarf, we outspeed it still, actually. If the Noivern is not Scarf, then we outspeed that as well. I think he's going to have to bank on Hippowdon living a hit, honestly. Yep, he goes into Hippowdon. So obviously our play is pretty obvious. We're going to go for a Psyblade here, because it's the strongest move we have. Actually, is it? I actually might have thrown that, actually. Yeah, Wild Charge is stronger. Whoops, that was my mistake. But I think it should still kill. It does still kill, beautiful. Yeah, Wild Charge was actually my play there. So that might have been a bit of a choke. That might have been a bit of a choke if it was like fully Fizz Death. But I'm pretty sure that still kills, to be fair. So he goes into the Urshifu here. Let's see, how much do we do with Trailblaze? I just want to make absolutely sure that it kills, because if it does, then we are absolutely safe against the Hippowdon as well. Urshifu Rapid Strike, Trailblaze easily KOs. Let's just go for that, just to make sure. He goes for Aqua Jet, that's the best thing he can do. Obviously it is Bandit, but it doesn't pick up the KO. We're going to Trailblaze here. Goodbye Urshifu. I get another speed boost. And I think a crit there was honestly his only way out. I'm pretty sure Iron Leaves wins from here. So Iron Leaves is going to be able to get the KO on the Hippowdon. And on the Urshifu as well. And that's going to be 4 KOs for Iron Leaves. We are going to go for Wild Charge this time, again, because it is stronger. Just to make absolutely sure, in case this Noivern has some bulk investment, we're going to finish it off with a nice Terra Electric boosted Wild Charge. Boom! And it gets the KO on Noivern, and that is going to be the game. Wow, what a game. I think we definitely got our revenge on Beardo with that one, mate. You destroy me with your MVP, I destroy you with my MVP. Jeez, what a game, man. So that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, for the quarterfinals of the BHDL, and we take home the win 4-0, which is crazy. And yep, the L.E.A.F agents are advancing on to semi-finals with that one, where I believe Emerald Miner is waiting for us for the our week 8 opponent for the rematch. Damn, what a match. Thank fuck we recorded this one as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. Pleasure to absolutely battle you, Beardo. We got a revenge, which I'm very happy about. And yeah, can't wait to look back at this one. So see you guys in semi-finals of the BHDL, going up against Emerald Miner, the rematch, not the rematch of the century. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.